Hello. So we're going to go over a few things we went through in the training, but some of that video didn't come through. So we're going to cover it here. And the one thing that I really want to talk about is headers and how important it is to use headers. Now, I use our own Berkeley College Electronic Technology Accessibility Policy. This is our first draft. As an example. So if you look at these two documents, to you and I, these documents probably look identical. Maybe a little bit of spacing's off, but for the most part, it looks the same. It's using the things that we talk about with headers. It's got a title, it's got different headers. So you can look and go, what's the purpose? What's the scope? What are the definitions? And you can easily see those. But what I want you to understand is what a screen reader will see and what a person who is using a screen reader is actually going to see. And so that's why I want to show you that these, while they look like they're similar documents, they're actually two very different documents. And that's by showing you something called the navigation pane. If you look at this version, the navigation pane shows nothing, no headers, no way to actually navigate easily from one document to another. Now, in this particular case, it's a 4-page document, so it's not too bad. But imagine you are looking at 100, a 200, 1,000-page document, and you're trying to do that without any way to navigate from section to section, and you're going to see why it makes a huge difference. Now, look at this one where the headers were actually properly used. So somebody can easily go and say, oh, what are those different areas? What is perceivable? Click on that and know how to get to exactly what the different area is. That is why we need to make sure we aren't doing, in this case, fake looking headers that look good, but actual real headers. It gives us our outline. It gives us some substance. Now, so how exactly do I do that? Because it looks like it's a lot of work. Well, let's take a look at this inaccessible one and see what we can do. So in order to do this, you simply go to the home page within Word, and you want to be using these styles. So there are different styles. You can look at this, and for instance, what do we have here? And I will show you that that is actually listed as the title. So that's actually working correctly. The title was good on this. Now you may say, but I want it a little bit smaller. When you click on that, then it can actually give you the option of sizing a little bit differently so that you can actually fit in there. Purpose and commitment, that's where we want to start using our headers. Go to the styles category, and you want to have a logical sequence of headers. So you do want heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, because otherwise it doesn't make sense. Click that into heading 1. Oh, you may say, well, this is great, as one person mentioned, but I don't want it to be blue because I heard blue was bad. Well, this actually, I've changed all of mine, so mine is actually listing as dark blue, although you can't tell the difference. This still does have sufficient contrast. But you could always, again, go in and say, but I don't want to have it blue. I want to have it actually be Calibri, and you can change these headings. So you can still go back in, change that to bold, change that to black, and change it to the exact font you were looking at before. And now we're looking back, it's looking the exact same, but as you see over here in the heading section, we're actually saying that those are listed as headers. Now, that's what you're needing to do. It also does allow for very easy moving between, which is you can actually get these carets on each section. And when you're reading, you can just close down the things you don't want. So again, this allows for a lot more flexibility and a lot better for a screen reader, a lot better for someone to navigate through your document. Now, a few people said, I don't like that blue. I want all of my headings to be black. I want all of them to have the exact same font. And you can do that too by simply editing your styles. So in order to do that, you click on that particular style, right click on it, and say, let's modify it. So you can modify that to anything you want. You can make it based on a different font. You can, again, change to a different color combination if you want that darker color, or if you want to have it all black. All of those different options are up to you. Now, this is one thing I do want you to actually pay attention to is when you look at these styles, do you want to keep applying this in the future? If you do have a certain way that you like having all of your things set up, I'm actually going to recommend that you click on new documents based on this template so that you can use that format for all of your documents in the future. In this case, I have it as only in this document. But that will allow you to, again, have good headers, have good footers, and make sure that they're personalized to your specific needs. When we look at how it's done in Canvas, you don't get as much adaptation, you don't get to edit them as much, but you still can edit them later on. Again, it's understanding how important it is to have that navigation so that somebody can easily navigate from one area to another and really have a course or a page or an outline that makes sense to someone using those readers. And as you can tell, it's actually going to help you a lot as well. So I hope that that really helps you as far as understanding the importance of headers and how you can use them within your own document.